And meanwhile, in an awkward transition, meanwhile, in space, billionaires are starting to fly away from this thing. It was supposed to be Bezos that went first, but it didn't work out for him. Billionaire Richard Branson hurtled into space aboard his winged rocket ship Sunday, which is just the perfect sentence for our time. A billionaire's winged rocket ship. But anyway, it brings astro-tourism a step closer to reality and beat out Jeff Bezos. He became the first person to get into space on his own spaceship. Bezos will very soon, but that's a 9-day gap. He also became the second septuagenarian to go into space after astronaut John Glenn flew back in 1998. Bezos, another billionaire, sent his congratulations to Richard Branson saying, "Can't wait to join the club." And I have never hated a story about space as much as I do this.
Except for Space Cowboys, that was also pretty bad.
That's true. This is very much like Space Cowboys. So we just finished talking about how Tunisia is being overwhelmed by COVID, and you have 2 billionaires like competing to get into the club of space travel for a few minutes. I love space. I want us to go to space, and I hate this. I hate everything that it says about our country, our world, the relationship between governments and the economy, what we prioritize and value as a society, Francesca. It just sucks.
You're hitting a nerve with me because I deeply hate space. I don't hate deep space. I deeply hate space travel and all of this stuff. I don't look. Yes, I like the universe. I like the stars. I think they're great. I think there are planets with intelligent life out there somewhere. You know where there is a planet with intelligent life? Here. Yeah, we're so smart. We're destroying the one planet we have. That's how smart we are, right? And we're arguably allowing billionaires who've made a killing off of, in part, destroying that planet. Richard Branson flying, hundreds of thousands, millions of flights of Virgin Atlantic and his Virgin fleet, right? Like burning all the fossil fuels in the world. And now guess what? Burning even more fossil fuels to get to space. And if it were only a vanity project and all they wanted to do was go up and see space, that would be fine. But that is not what they want to do. They want to create commercial space flights for other millionaires and wealthy people like themselves, right? So $200,000 a pop, 250. Richard Branson auctioned off a seat on one of his, I don't think this flight, but another for $28 million, right? So these people, to them, Earth is already a joke. Space is already a joke. And for anyone who says there's research, blah, 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 well, then why doesn't NASA do it? Then why don't we fund NASA? But instead, we've allowed billionaires to step into the place of NASA. And I will just say, some of the research that we're doing in space right now is about whether or not plants can survive off of Earth. Why? Plants can't survive on Earth because we're killing it. Why don't we deal with where there is an atmosphere, there's soil, there's oxygen, there's water. Oh my God, all the things to make a plant effing grow.
Yeah.
Don't get me started on this. It is so egregious to me. And the fact that the media falls over itself to do PR stunts for this, and no one talks about the cost, no one talks about the carbon footprint, no one even talks about that research, and whether we should even be doing that research is beyond me.
Yeah, and I know some people might think, well, look, I don't necessarily like billionaires either, but why are you getting so down on them? I mean, if that's what they want to spend their money on. No, but this does not exist independent of everything. Branson may be international or whatever, but Bezos is our problem. And Bezos doesn't pay taxes. Remember the ProPublica leak that everybody forgot about after like 2 weeks? He pays like 0.1%. He's successfully destroyed all attempts at unionization at his plants. This is not independent of core concerns about what our economy is doing, what our government is allowing to happen. This is an issue that is not purely private. So yeah, like for all of this effort and again, I want there to be space travel, but for all of this so that a few people could experience 3 to 4 minutes of weightlessness, do shrooms, man, they're here. You can get them here and you'll get more than 3 to 4 minutes of weightlessness. They want to witness the curvature of the earth. You can witness it by looking at the horizon. That's what it is. So anyway, the whole thing just makes me dislike space a little bit more. And when I see a tweet from him, and I know that like in some ways he's a good guy or whatever, he does some charity, but like when he tweets, if we can do this, imagine what else we can do. But no, that's the thing, Richard. We are imagining the other things you could have done instead of this. Because people are dying in a billion different ways, and you witnessing the curvature of the earth ain't saving nobody.
Check out the Damage Report podcast each day, wherever you get your podcasts, whether Pocket Casts or Stitcher or iTunes. You can join me as I give you the news and stories you want, with a range of co-hosts and interview guests jumping in on the fun each day. Again, that's the Damage Report, wherever you get your podcasts. And if you get them at iTunes, don't forget to rate and review. Sometimes I'll read them live on the show.